Hey guys, much love to you all. Thanks to everybody who's already hit the like button. So this presentation took me 8 hours, maybe a little bit longer. I realized that I haven't really covered Elon Musk, and I think he's going under the radar with his influence on the world and his satanic connections and how he's basically ultimately playing God. So I just got in a zone. I was studying him, learning about his children, where he came from, his wealth, his connections, obviously, with space, his connections with Donald Trump. And I was like, oh my goodness, like this guy is seemingly connected to our world becoming a dystopian nightmare. So, Anders, much love. You're talking about Michael Jackson. You're talking about the King will return. Yes, Jesus Christ. That's the king I'm focused on, the King of Kings, not Michael Jackson, who had the spirit of Satan. Erica, much love to you. Esteban. All right, so I'll crack on with this. It might take me a while. So like I said, thank you if you've hit the like button already. If you haven't, please do so, and I'll just present, and maybe you guys can add anything that you know about Elon Musk. So I called this Elon Musk, the Unholy Visionary and his role in the end times. My girlfriend helped me with the title. So who is Elon Musk? Elon Reeve Musk, FRS, is a businessman and investor known for his key roles in the space company SpaceX and the automotive company Tesla. I remember back in the day, like talking to my friends about self-driving cars. It's like, no way that would ever happen. They're actually here now. It's quite amazing, the advancement in technology since like the early 2000s. So it got me also thinking about my dad and my mum, like what they're having to deal with right now. You know, sometimes we don't think about our parents when it comes to stuff like that. But my dad was born in 1955, same year as Bill Gates. And it's been hard enough for me growing up like in the 90s with the advancement in technology. So for somebody like my parents or your grandparents, this must be surreal right now. Like the advancement in technology, there's no way they could have imagined it in the 60s and 70s. There's just no way. Middle name Reeve, yep. John, hear me out here. All I'm doing, John, right? I study the Bible every single day. Okay? I study this Bible every single day. And I'm just revealing the biblical prophecy that's playing out. All the signs and all the wonders. I have no fear of the end times. If you say stop with the end times, tell me why. Why should I stop? Do you believe that we're living out the end times? If not, you're all good, aren't you? Continue living your life. If you believe that we are, then you should be telling me to continue to preach it. So, Elon Musk, known for being a billionaire with a big impact in technology and space, has a fascinating personal life, especially when it comes to his family. With an Elon Musk net worth that reaches billions, people are very interested in knowing more about Elon Musk's kids and his relationships, including information about Elon Musk's wives. Now, Elon Musk is not just famous for leading companies like Tesla and SpaceX. His family life, including his kids, also catches a lot of attention. So I'll break down his 12 kids later in the stream. I didn't know he had that amount of kids. I'll also tell you that Elon Musk has a female anatomy. So I'm trying to figure that one out. So is this visionary entrepreneur, is an innovator, he's founded and led several successful companies in aerospace, electric vehicles, artificial intelligence, and social media. So this kid from South Africa is basically dominating the world in so many ways. Like to get to the top in just one area of expertise, whether that's AI, aerospace, electrical vehicles, social media, is so hard. But to do it in all of them. Now, I know some of you will say, well, he has the money, so he can invest. There's many other billionaires, guys, that have an immense amount of wealth. But they haven't done what he's done. So he's the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer, and Chief Engineer of SpaceX. I'll get to his fascination with X later in the video, which aims to make humans a multi-planetary species. A lot of people say that Musk is a fallen angel or he's an alien. And I think he's definitely influenced by fallen angels and Satan. Same with Trump. Thanks to, again, guys, I updated my Trump book. I added 10 pages. I sent it out, the updated version, to everybody who purchased it. If you haven't already, you can do so today. I just sent it to one of my closest friends, Mark. Hope you're watching, mate. So he's also the CEO and product architect of Tesla, which produces sustainable energy solutions and electric cars. We're going to live in a world where if you do have a car, it will be electric, and they'll be able to turn off your car whenever they want. Be aware of that. Obviously, everything's going to be in the name of love and protecting the environment. That's what Satan does everything in the name of love, when really there's a sadistic agenda behind everything that he does. And again, electric cars, you've got the lithium battery. That's not necessarily good for the environment, is it? Is the owner, executive chairman, and CTO of X Corp, which owns Twitter, or X, the popular microblogging platform. Really popular platform. I came off it because it's incredibly toxic. Is the founder of the boring company Neuralink, XAI, and other ventures. It was also heavily involved with the success of PayPal. Now, he is, what we're told, because I'm sure there's people richer, the richest and most influential person in the world. We used to have that said about Bill Gates. Not as many people talk about Gates anymore. But they talk about Musk. So this guy has immense wealth. It's not just some millionaire. This guy's net worth is $304 billion. $304 billion. Whilst the average person cannot pay their rent every month now. Yet this guy, $304 billion. It's funny how the Church of Satan was founded on the 30th of April, exactly 21 years after Hitler died. I'll show you here how Musk, it connects to the devil, to war, to the mark of the beast. There's no denying it. There's literally no denying it. Now, I'm not saying everybody likes him, but for me personally, I've not come across anybody who dislikes him. I've heard loads of people dislike Trump and people like that and Bill Gates. And I'm sure you guys know people who don't like Musk. Maybe you're one of them. But for me personally, I remember when I was teaching in a high school, a lot of kids said they wanted to be like Elon Musk when they was older. So he's definitely inspiring the younger generations. All right. You don't really see the media hammering Elon Musk. So again, he has the technology, the wealth now to influence all tongues and nations, which is what the antichrist is going to do. He has the finances, the resources, the marketing team, the influence, the contacts, all right, to really bring about this dystopian society, which George Orwell warned us about in his novel 1984. Joseph's here. It's been a while, brother. God bless you. Hope you're well. Elon Musk equals 29 and 43. Masonic equals 29 and 43 in the same ciphers. Now, for me, the highest ranking Masons are Satanists. Do you agree, Joseph? Because you have your first degree, second degree Freemasons, They're your regular people looking for a brotherhood. All right. But then you have your 33-degree Freemasons, your high-level Masons, Satanists in the occult. Because there's different levels, guys. Just like in the Church of Satan, there's 5 degrees. MAGA is the highest degree. So there's levels when it comes to influence and secret societies and magic. Like, you can clearly tell that Beyonce and Jay-Z are at a different level to all the other artists when it comes to influence. You see that at the award shows. There's no doubt about it. So that's interesting. Elon Reeve Musk equals 69, New World Order equals 69. So when Trump was voted in to be the 47th US president, you had Elon Musk posting basically in Latin a New World Order on his X platform with Donald Trump. It was Novus Ordo Seclorum, all right, which means a new order of the ages. And it's also on the back of the United States dollar bill. We won't have dollar bills soon. We know that we are going towards a cashless society. And that's something that I'm slightly concerned with for me. You know what I mean? Because I don't even like paying with my card at all. I like physical cash. And that's about to disappear. I'm sure Musk will be involved with that as well. None of us know who the Antichrist is. What I'll say to you, John, which is what I say to everybody else, you need to know who Jesus Christ is. You don't need to know the Antichrist. It also says many Antichrists shall arise during the end of days. And there's so much deception. The spirit of the Antichrist, the false prophets, all right, they're everywhere now. That's why so many of these A-list celebrities are getting baptized and becoming cultural Christians, which are lukewarm, and they're going to be spewed out by God. So I don't know who the Antichrist is. I definitely believe Elon Musk will be playing a major role in the end times. I'll say that. None of us are ever going to know the Antichrist until he reveals himself, the son of perdition. Now, when it comes to the revealing, that's always an interesting one. Like, will the Antichrist literally come out and tell you? Or has he already been revealed? And we've just not seen the signs. But much love to you as well, Joseph. Check the slang meaning for Musk. Can you tell me what it is? Yeah, I know you have gates for the gates of hell and Trump for the 7 trumpets, the final Trump. Yeah. Let me know what it is. Oh, I know Musk is like a scent. And something smells off with Elon Musk. I'm aware of that. Is there any other deeper meaning with Musk? Hey, Veronica, God bless you. So he's got all this money, all this influence, all this fame, and all of this fortune. And it got me thinking about Matthew 16:26. For what is it a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Because, guys, Satan is the prince of this world, the god of this world, lowercase g. Elon Musk is right at the top of it, isn't he? So to get to the top of a fallen world, which is run by the devil, you have to start looking into that person. Now, I'm not saying just because you're poor, you're a child of God. Absolutely not. But if you are a multi-billionaire, you've acquired 304 billion, then we should all be looking into this person. That's just the reality of the situation. So Anders is in the chat talking about Christian Eriksen. I've done, I think, 4 videos. I actually predicted Eriksen would sign for Man United 2 days after his cardiac arrest, when they said he may never run again. So yeah, Christian Eriksen had a cardiac arrest. All right. He was 29 years old. 29 is the 10th prime. He was wearing number 10. He had a cardiac arrest in a game that finished 1-0, which was a big shock. He's out. Denmark still went to the semi-finals, lost to England. England and Denmark connect to Prince Philip. Obviously, the royalty connection. It's why Denmark won the Euros in, was it 1992? Connected to Prince Philip. Now, Eriksson obviously plays for the Red Devils. It's quite clear he didn't have a cardiac arrest. And yes, he was born on Valentine's Day. He's got the same birthday as Angel Di Maria, who does the heart celebration. So it's just ridiculous. 42nd day of the year as well, his birthday. The beast reigns for 42 months. That's why I was like, he's going to the Red Devils, and he did. So if you want to watch my Eriksson code, you really should. It's really deep. Today is 111 weeks to Elon Musk's 666 month of age. Wow. By the way, guys, today is 11/11. Today is the 106th year anniversary of World War I ending, because it ended 11/11 at 11 a.m. in 1918. So notice this month, all these Premier League teams are wearing the poppy, which is for Remembrance Day, honouring those who lost their lives in the First and Second World Wars. And we're going to have a third and final one coming up. Today is 56 months after the pandemic being declared. Wow. Coronavirus equals 56. COVID vaccine equals 56. Interesting stuff. Right, let's go back to Musk. So that's what the live's about. Musk's actions and ambitions can be interpreted as a desire to have a profound impact on the future of mankind, which many view as an attempt to play God. So again, going quickly back to Bill Gates, many people are saying Bill Gates was trying to play God. And there's many people who have this godlike complex. I think the more money you acquire, the more impact you want to have on mankind. All right? That's how I see it. And I think it can lead to delusion as well. Because when you're trying to play the role of God, you're going to fail. There's only one God, one perfect God. We are broken sinners. You cannot buy your way to heaven. Right? So, Elon in Hebrew means oak. And Elon was a leader, a judge of the ancient Israelites according to the biblical book of Judges. So Elon appears in Judges 12 verses 11 through 12. He was a member of the tribe of Zebulun who served as a judge of Israel for 10 years. He was preceded by Ibzan and succeeded by Abdon. Abdon sounds so much like Abaddon, which is obviously in Revelation 9:11. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon. Apollyon always gets me thinking about Apollo 11 and the moon landing. And we know how much Musk is involved with space. So Elon was the Hebrew name for God Most High. And considering his choice for the 2022 Halloween costume called Devil's Champion, I'd say Elon is blasphemous down to his first name. So his first name, guys, means God Most High. Now, their God is not our God. I've told you this. Now, look at this. So for 4 years, I've talked about Baphomet and how these stars honor Baphomet, who is actually the devil. So Elon Musk is wearing this Baphomet Halloween outfit and it's got an upside down cross. An upside down cross, guys, an inverted cross. And he's got the Baphomet. And people think that Elon Musk is a good guy, is a down-to-earth guy, is a chilled guy. Guys, no, that's not the case. Okay? It's not the case. These people honor Baphomet. And you see that in the middle that looks like an 8? It's 2 snakes eating themselves. Look at the Baphomet's hands there. It's what all of these footballers do when they score. The pentagram in the center of his head. Right? So the Baphomet has both male and female genitalia. And remember, fallen angels don't have a gender. That's why all these top stars are called the goats. And Jesus is dividing the sheep and the goats. The sheep are those who accept Jesus as their shepherd, their Lord and Savior. They follow Christ. The goats walk their own path, a path of destruction, the wide path that leads to the lake of fire. So, going to read out these verses from Patrick. Please hit that like button. I'm doing pretty well. 32 watching, 31 likes, 32 people out of 12.2 thousand. So, Ezekiel, one of my favorite books, the prophet Ezekiel. Ezekiel 28:6. Wait, 28:6, is that not Musk's birthday? Yes, it is. Wait, Patrick, that's Elon Musk's birthday. Ezekiel 26, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God. Oh my goodness, I'll have to take that. Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day that thou wast created, till iniquity was found in thee. I will destroy thee, O covering cherub, from the midst of the stones of fire. Yeah, that's about Lucifer. Agent D said Messi promoted Baphomet shoes. Brother Mason Mount, let me find this. Think about the Mount of Olives. Mason Mount has a Baphomet tattoo, the guy who plays for the Red Devils. See if I can find it. Just, it's absolutely wild. He's also got a dragon. Do you know what I mean? This is like in your face, but you've got to understand the symbolism. You have to be aware of who Baphomet is. I'm sure he's not the only person in the world with a Baphomet tattoo. But if you go on his Instagram, he's got a Baphomet tattoo. I'm going to find it. And somebody like Mason Mount is not a great footballer. 5.9 million followers. For what? For being a very average footballer? I don't think I'm going to find it. I've shared it anyway. Maybe I've got it on my Instagram. But these people, guys, are just... They have the spirit of the antichrist. They are the children of disobedience that the Bible warns us about. That's who these people are. And they have great influence because think about the world's best tennis player right now. His last name is Sinner. His last name is Sinner, guys. Like, and things like that, like, is that male or female? That's the world's best tennis player, female. Like, and what about this one? it just seems really off. The stuff, remember this? The boxer? Satan, honestly, he really is a deceiver. So this is like the Baphomet pose that they all do. All right. Whether they're consciously aware of it or not is another thing. But they're all doing it. They're all doing it, guys. Look, even this gymnast, that one's blatant. Look at that. So you've got to ask yourself, what's going on with this? What are these celebrations? Who are they constantly pointing to? Constantly in all the sports. Look at this one, the sprinter. Look at that. That's not a natural pose. It's not. It's just not. Don't tell me that it is like people do. Like, what about this wrestler? All right, Jungle Boy, he literally wore the Baphomet mask. And the audience don't know who Baphomet is. And this one takes the biscuit for me. This takes the biscuit. Caitlin Clark, oh no, this is not satanic. This is definitely not satanic, guys. What are you doing, mate? What are you actually doing? Can't get my head around it. Sometimes I feel like the only one that can see. Obviously, I'm not. Sometimes feels like that. Serena Williams. Let's not get started on that one. Don't worry, I'm going to go back to Musk in a minute. I just really wanted to find that. What about Lewandowski here? All right, with Aubameyang. What are you doing? Guardiola just giving out his instructions. Hey guys, just trust Baphomet. Just trust Baphomet. Just do that pose with one finger up and one finger down. Anyways, I could be here all day doing that, but I'm not. I'm not going to keep going there. He has got a Baphomet tattoo. You can find it. So, Musk's visionary goals. Musk has set ambitious goals for humanity, such as colonizing Mars, transitioning to sustainable energy, and developing artificial intelligence. His projects like SpaceX and Tesla reflect a desire to push the boundaries of what is possible and to address global challenges. Elon, you've got $304 billion. Why don't you help starving children? Do you know what I mean? Like, giving us robots that can clean our house ain't going to save us, Elon. It's just going to make us lazier and more ignorant. All right? We don't need a talking robot who's going to mop my floors, mate. That ain't going to save anyone. So we know with the technology, with AI, it's about replacing man. And in many ways, it already has. But, which I'll get to later, AI doesn't have a soul, doesn't have human emotion. AI cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven. Can I get an amen? So we don't need self-driving cars. We don't need a cleaning robot. All right? All these things that he's trying to push on us. We don't need a digital ID. It's absolutely fine paying with cash or debit card or credit card or crypto and having a variety of ways to pay for things. But the devil, I've told you, he will do everything in the name of love, And that makes sense. That's what he's good at, the devil. Actually, that makes sense, doesn't it? Doesn't it make sense to just have a global currency? It makes sense, doesn't it? You can look at the positives for sure, but you better look at the negatives and the risks of it. This digital ID. Look at the social credit system in China. I'm pretty certain that they wish that they didn't have that system. And that's going to become worldwide. Especially with AI everywhere you go. Like when I say something here that YouTube doesn't like, it's not some man watching my stream. Can I get a woo in the chat? Smash that like button, guys, please. It's not a couple of people like listening in. Oh, it's that illusion again. Let's catch him. It's AI. They have certain cue words that they don't like, and they hear them and they demonetize. It's not men doing that. It's AI, which I think are demons. I think AI is demonic, wholeheartedly demonic. Now, influence on technology is involvement in various high-tech fields, from electric vehicles to brain-computer interfaces with Neuralink, positions him as a key player in shaping the future of technology. This can contribute to the perception that he is playing God by having a hand in creating and controlling future advancements. Now, we recently had the solar eclipse in the US, and it took place 9 months and 11 days after Elon Musk's birthday. Revelation 9:11. They had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon. Now remember, Donald Trump, Donald Abaddon, Armageddon, all right? He said he witnessed 9/11 firsthand. Trump was born in New York. And shortly afterwards, he said that his Twin Towers is now, no, his Trump Tower is now the biggest building in New York. Now, most Trump, these highly influential people in this fallen world, they work for the devil. And the Church of Satan has 9 satanic statements and 11 satanic rules of the earth. That's why Tom Brady made his NFL debut, the GOAT, the year of 9/11. Number 12 made his debut 12 days after 9/11. And again, now I've just said those 2 numbers, I'm demonetized. Just by saying those 2 numbers, I'm demonetized. Why? Shannon Sharp wore the Baphomet mask multiple times on ESPN. Again, like, how many of these guys need female names? Why would you call your son Shannon? Why? Why would you call your son Shannon? Musk could be one of the horns, absolutely, as could Trump. Yeah, very possible. That's amazing, Anders. Great work. So that eclipse was on the 99th day of 2024. 9 times 11 equals 99. Now, Elon Musk was on the front cover of Time magazine on December the 27th, 2021. And from that date to the eclipse was exactly 119 weeks. 119 weeks, guys, which is a reverse of 9/11. Now, NASA, I feel like NASA, everybody was starting to see through NASA. Like even the most average person was starting to call out NASA. So then they needed to freshen it up with Elon Musk. They needed to make space cool again. And I remember that when I was a teacher, one of the units was space exploration. And again, it was hard to teach that. I've never been into space or Star Wars or Star Trek or interdimensional beings or anything like that. So I had to teach about it, and it was all about colonizing Mars. And I'm just teaching this thinking, this ain't ever going to happen. What a waste of time. But I had to fulfill the curriculum. So yeah, did I tell you that when I was a teacher, one of the units was called A World's End? I also had to teach how to survive a zombie apocalypse. If you don't believe me, check it out online. All right, the English book. It was called, I can't remember what it was. I literally chose the books as well. I didn't really know what the units were. I had to choose the books. Wait, let me so you can check this out. What's the name of the book? I'll find it. But you can look it up. This is what's being taught in schools. And I never learned how to survive a zombie apocalypse growing up. Pretty sure you guys didn't either. So why now? Why is there so many movies about zombie apocalypses? So many shows. So many. Like The Walking Dead is probably the best example. So I don't know how that is going to come about. I know some of you will say, well, there's already zombies who like can't see what's going on in the world, but they're not like the zombies portrayed in these movies and shows. So yeah, it was very surreal having to teach people how to survive a zombie apocalypse. Even just how to survive an apocalypse. Like biblically, we're all going to die in the flesh, aren't we? Now, I get how to survive a hurricane. I live in a part of the world where there's hurricanes. How to survive a natural disaster, yeah, but how to survive a zombie apocalypse? Now, that's going too far, isn't it? So, NASA granted Musk's rocket company, SpaceX, an exclusive contract to put United States astronauts on the moon for the first time since 1972. Well, guys, man's never been on the moon. Let's agree with that, yeah? Moving Musk one step ahead of rival old guard rocket firm Boeing and one step closer to his stated goal of helping to make humans a multiplanetary species. Musk owns SpaceX, and he's got this deep fascination with X, which can be a mark. X marks the spot. And X can be seen as a cross as well. And obviously Musk, he purchased Twitter and changed it to X when there were no need to change the name. But it's all coded and ritualistic. Now, the 2024 eclipse, which was 9 months and 11 days after Musk's birthday, made the shape of an X. We know Trump with WWE. We know all about D-Generation X. All right. Triple X with pornography. There's so many X's, which again, I'll get to that in a moment. He has many X's because he's got children with 3 different women. The 2024 solar eclipse took place the year of the dragon. And Dragon 2 is a class of partially reusable spacecraft developed, manufactured, and operated by American space company SpaceX for flights to the International Space Station and private spaceflight missions. So again, SpaceX is owned by Mr. X, Elon. Now, this year is the year of the dragon. Next year is the year of the snake. Revelation 12:9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, so there's the dragon and the snake, called the devil, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, it was cast out into the earth. Now, I always think about how Messi has scored 129 Champions League goals, and he signed with Inter Miami, who were founded on 129. Read that verse. Satan's known as the great dragon, is also known as that old serpent. Deceiveth the whole world. Has Lionel Messi deceived the whole world? Yes. As Musk? Yes. As Trump? Yes. Because they have the spirit of Satan. And they get worshipped as gods. And Satan, what he truly wanted was to be worshipped like the Most High. Nature is all, I agree. When it comes to the pandemic, yeah, 2025. I think with the floods in Spain, they're going to say it came from that, from the floods. I can see EPI or EPL, why you believe some people are zombies. I'm talking about, where they want to eat your brain zombies. Not talking about people who are ignorant and blind to the truth, who have no spiritual discernment. I'm talking about the ones that, like from The Walking Dead, that want to eat you. Do you know what I mean? Those type of zombies. Yeah, you got the Xbox, one of the most popular consoles of all time. And I remember back in the day when I enjoyed wrestling and enjoyed being degenerate, Degeneration X, you would do that. CM Punk does that. I'll get to it later. CM Punk, he would throw up the X. Vince McMahon, he failed, but he tried to set up a football company called XFL. So this X has great significance, guys, especially with Musk. Vin Diesel played in a movie franchise called XXX. Yeah, you got the X Factor, where there's judges. And I've told you Elon was a judge in the Bible, judged Israel. Right? You got judges on X Factor, creating stars. I'll get to the stars aspect in a moment. Smash that like button, guys, if you can. I've not ate anything yet. Sometimes I do these presentations. I don't think you realize how long it takes to do them. Like a long time to get this information. On December the 11th, 2017, Trump signed Space Policy Directive 1, which officially called for NASA to begin work on a human exploration program that would return astronauts to the surface of the moon and lay the groundwork for a sustained presence. Guys, how on earth can you possibly believe that we can have a sustained presence on the moon? And do you know how much money, billions of dollars, goes into space exploration? What's it ever provided? How has it ever bettered society? Somebody give me a woo in the chat. Billions of dollars has been invested into space exploration. Now, this so-called moon landing on the 20th of July, 1969, right, which Buzz Aldrin has denied, how did it benefit the world? Other than build up certain Americans' egos that we went to the moon before anybody. Like, how did it benefit society? It didn't. Yeah, the 201st day of the year, Neil Alden Armstrong equals 201. The first 5 letters of his name in reverse is alien. All right. When they got interviewed after they came back, they all sat like that. Like, you got 3 astronauts that have achieved the dream. They've flown to Mars, not Mars, to the moon. They've made history. When they got interviewed, they looked broken. Yeah, in Toy Story, Buzz Lightyear is inspired by Buzz Aldrin. That's actually a fact. It's not random. Like, the name was inspired by Buzz Aldrin. Again, who's called Buzz? Whose name's Buzz? Now, the first day in office for the 47th US president is exactly 666 months after the moon landing. 666, the number of the beast. Now, remember, Donald Trump was kicked off Twitter on the 8th day of the year. And Trump was banned by Twitter. Again, they do this, the devil, to make it look like, wow, these people must be making an impact. All right. They're deleting Trump. They're deleting David Icke. They must be making an impact. Come on, give me a break. It's just coded rituals. So when Trump was banned on the 8th day of the year, he had 88.8 million Twitter followers. Another reason why I said he'd become president years ago. And his first day in office is going to be exactly 8 years after his first day in office. 8 plus 8 plus 8 equals 24. Now, how does that connect to X? Well, X is the 24th letter of the alphabet. Now, I believe his Neuralink technology, which I think is fallen angel technology, is going to bring about the beast system. I think it's actually very obvious. It's so obvious at this point that you're going to get technology implanted into your body, which you'll need to have to be able to buy or sell. We already have the technology. Donald J. Trump equals 888, Trump equals 88. Yeah, the guy was asked by Oprah in 88 if he would ever run to be president. He's heavily connected. The Dodgers winning the 8th World Series connected to Trump. South Korean and Donald Trump equals 48. This was the 60th US presidential election, and 60-year-old Kamala Harris lost to Trump. Nice. Nice stuff. The 60th quadrennial US election was on 60 date numerology, pure as well. Trump was selling King James Bibles for $60, endorsed by Trump. Like the Bible needs endorsing by Trump, who couldn't even tell you a Bible verse. I think what you're going to see, Bitcoin's going to do well for a short period of time. Going to get people again invested in this digital currency, just programming their mind. So they'll allow Bitcoin to do well if you invest now. All right. You'll get used to this digital currency. And then before you know it, you're being primed for the mark of the beast. And then I think they're going to do away with stocks and shares and things like that. So, Neuralink, beast system, Revelation 13, 16 through 18. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. Remember, Mark Zuckerberg came up with Facebook, supposedly, in their right hand or in their foreheads. That's why a lot of celebrities are doing this right now. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. 666. So Neuralink Corporation is an American neurotechnology company that is developing implantable brain-computer interfaces. It's based in Fremont, California. No, California's in Los Angeles, which translates to the angels, as of 2022. Founded by Elon Musk and a team of 7 scientists and engineers, Neuralink was launched in 2016 and was first publicly reported in March 2017. So Neuralink was launched the year Trump was voted in as the 45th. And it was first publicly reported in 2017, the year that Trump officially began his presidential term. And we know that Elon Musk heavily invested and endorsed Donald Trump. And now Trump is endorsing Musk. And YouTube are removing likes. Guys, all of you hit that like button. They just took likes away from me again. See if it updates. So yeah, Musk, Trump, obviously are working together to bring about this beast system. There's no doubt about it. It's clear as day. But most people are unaware of it. They don't want to know. So if Trump tells them it's going to make America great again, it's going to benefit the economy, it's going to prevent World War III, people take what they want to hear. That's the reality. On January the 28th, 2024, it was announced that the first human being received the very first Neuralink implant. So right now, there's a person in the world who has received the Neuralink implant. So as I said, the technology is here and it's already in a human. So you're talking about investing. If you invest right now, you're going to do well, but you need to know when to get out because it can crash like that. And when it does crash, Trump will blame the Democrats. He'll blame other nations. He will not take responsibility. He's never taken responsibility. So anything that happens with the fall of America, he will blame everybody else. He will tell you, well, you should have voted me in 2020. I would have avoided all of this mess and all of that. So he will still tell you how much the US is improving under his leadership. But he will say, well, all those other things, that wasn't me. That wasn't the Trump administration. That was the Democrats. That was Kamala. That was Joe Biden. And that is your fault because you voted them in. That's what he's going to do. He's going to say, and the only solution to this is this, this, and this, which is going to bring about the mark of the beast and the beast system and the one world currency, digital ID, one world religion. Okay, because they're going to tell you that religion triggers all these wars. And that's why the Pope is saying that all religions lead to the same God. Will you be taking the mark? Absolutely not. I'm willing to die for Christ. I ain't getting the mark. I have the wisdom from the word of God. I'm trying to help you guys with it. Of course, I'm not going to receive the mark. For what? An extra... You know what? Like, I'm 38, 39 next year. You think I'm going to give up my eternal life for perhaps living 30 years in a dystopian nightmare just so I can put food on the table? Think I'm going to give up eternity in the kingdom of heaven, in paradise, for that? I've already had this unbelievable life. I've been blessed by God in an immense amount of ways. Guys, I'm knocking on the door of 40. I'm not desperate to get to 75 when I can barely move. Do you know what I mean? I don't have children either. So, no, I will not be getting the mark whatsoever. Can't believe you're even asking me that. Now, let me give you some sevens with Neuralink. So, January the 28th, 2024, it was announced that the first human being received the first Neuralink implant. This occurred exactly 7 years, 7 months, and 7 days after Neuralink was founded. This is all about the 7 trumpets, the 7 seals, the 7 years of tribulation. All right? The number 777 is sometimes known as God's number because it symbolizes significant biblical concepts. Multiples of 7 show up throughout the Bible in